Mm. Take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you rush to get old. Mama used to say, live your life, live your life. Y'all remember that song? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadija. All right, y'all. Listen, I just want to have a talk with the family. Um, this is something that I'm observing, not only from the kids that I told y'all that were coming into the group home, but I'm just noticing by a lot of these sex crimes that are being committed by young people. And they really don't think too much of it. In fact, they don't even understand what a sex crime is in most cases. And you know why that is? Is because a lot of these damn kids are getting their first or their introduction to sex through watching porn right in your house on the internet. You have literally brought the perpetrator, brought the devil into your house to dance with your children. You at work, or you come in periodically to see if that what the child is doing, or you're not concerned with what the child is doing, because as long as you got a computer and as long as he's quiet, you good, right? I know a woman that did that, and I'm gonna call her a woman because she's a young woman. She's a woman nevertheless, and by her practicing this type of behavior, her little daughter was 9 years old with an STD. I want y'all to just fathom that for a minute. A 9-year-old having sex with 11-year-olds and 13-year-olds, and they all had sexually transmitted diseases. Okay? Some of y'all talking about what y'all kids ain't doing and what they won't do, and how you can reel them back in. See, sometimes when the kids have gone so far, you have to deal with them in a whole separate different category, because this is just not your regular run-of-the-mill sheltered young person. Personally, and I'm just going to keep it real with y'all, there's no way in the world I would have my grandkids around some of these children. Period. If their parents are not vibrating on the same level that her parents or I'm vibrating on, if their parents are not involved in their lives and not making a conscious effort to put something inside their lives themselves as opposed to allowing somebody else to do it, no. They couldn't have been around my child or my children, and they can't be around my grandbaby. Because see, this is what you call this is a race that starts right at home. Either you're going to compete, or either you're going to fail and you're going to be a loser, and you're going to sit up here and constantly complain, and you're going to have a bunch of ill-equipped, emotional, ignorant, crime-ridden individuals who don't think nothing is wrong with it because they learned that from the beginning of their lives with their parents right there in the house with them. Y'all might say, damn, Kay, why you coming down so hard? I'm coming down hard because today I just, I bear witness to something, myself and the neighbors, that I told y'all know my area is in the middle of this regentrification. I'm 5 minutes from the new Bradley Center, or whatever they call it, that's going to be. So, of course, neighborhood is changing. And it is changing. But what I'm seeing in a lot of, or like what I saw today, was an individual running through the alley in the back of my house, running, and about, I swear, 40 police cars, overkill like a mug. But this is the first thing that came to my mind, of course. I was like, damn, why does it take all those police to get after him? What the hell did he do? And then they throwed them all on the ground. They had him handcuffed, and I couldn't see because I was looking out of the window from the back, but the other neighbors were coming out whose back doors, were perpendicular with the event. So I could ask them later on, what had happened. And come to find out, this guy was a suspect because he allegedly raped a 72-year-old woman. And when he got caught, let's just put it like this. He's a young man. He didn't look to be no more than 20. From where I could see, I couldn't see him up close. But from what I saw, he was a young man. His body looked like a young person. He wasn't all swole. He hadn't filled out yet. He was a young person. And if a young person is responsible for raping a 72-year-old, y'all can just imagine what kind of mindsets we got out here. I just had a young man, John Gilliam, who was also accused, allegedly, of raping and beating a prostitute with a pipe and hiding her body in the shed. And the girl wasn't a prostitute at all. She was a student. But this is one of those persons that watched a lot of porn growing up. That was acceptable for him to watch a lot of porn. And see, a lot of y'all don't think nothing is wrong with that sickness. It's a sickness. Because first of all, if you live in the house and you dealing with your children and you haven't established a relationship where you can even talk about those kind of things, you in trouble. You're in trouble. And I'm not saying that your child is going to tell you each and every event in their lives, but they certainly will feel comfortable talking to you about some things and knowing that you will tell them the truth other than somebody out there in them streets. And that's all I ever wanted for anybody that had come in contact with me, and I've been adjured the or the responsibility to raising them. And I think that has been my saving grace, because anybody that has shared an experience with me will tell you just that. I ain't sugarcoat nothing. But I'm very, very deliberate, and I'm very my discipline is teachable, because that's the result that I want from the discipline. There is no way in hell you can let a small mind develop and sit in front of a television set, sit there and not be conscious of what that child is watching, and they're watching porn, and they're developing this kind of sexual appetite as a kid. They don't even understand the protocol around sex. They don't even understand the spiritual nature of sex. Hell, a lot of grown people can't even relate to that. So now you got kids doing it. They have no respect for sex. They have no respect for their sexual organs. They have no respect for the institution of just being in a relationship. In fact, they can have sex with you and get up and take a knife and plunge it right through your throat. This is what we are developing, what we're growing out of these communities. And so y'all gonna get enough out of letting this TV and this demon run your household and raise your children, because you are in the devil's domains. For all of y'all who especially believe in heaven and hell, you already in hell. It's all around you. So the thing is, do you find the beauty in it? Do you make a conscious effort to find the beauty in it? Or do you just go with the flow? Because some of these environments can be pretty damn bad. And if you just go with the flow and never challenge what's in it, you setting yourself and your family up for failure. I thought about that young man. I'm saying to myself, you raped, allegedly, a person, or that's what they after you for, because they think that you molested or raped a 72-year-old woman. A woman look like she's old enough to be your great-great-grandmother. That's sick. And it's a element of power, because it's not about sex. Anytime you rape somebody, that's exactly what it's about. It's about power, and you trying to control them. And whatever power you didn't derive, or you don't feel that you have in your life, you feel that you're getting it by degrading somebody, by taking something from them that they don't wish to give. So I'm just trying to tell y'all, watch what your kids are watching. Get that porn out of your house. And if you got to keep it in there, lock it up some damn where your kids are don't have access to it. Put the lock on the box of the television set. Your kids are watching porn. If you got it in your house and you haven't found it necessary, or it's not acquired, and it wasn't required for you to lock your sex tapes and toys and shit up, then I'm here to tell you, you're ruining lives. You're ruining lives. And have some respect and responsibility for yourself, and more importantly, your children. Because having and seeing sex and being exposed to some shit too early is very detrimental to a young mind. You might think it's cool, but it's real detrimental. And this got to be stopped. And the only people can stop it is you. The only person. Alright, y'all. I just had to drop this line to you. Like what you hear. Please like, subscribe, share. And I'll be back with another video in the mental house. Bye-bye.